Big Adventure. There was a piece in there. It was before Pee-wee's Big Adventure. This was Up in Smoke. It was the one where they had the ice cream truck, where they were selling weed out of the ice cream truck, and the ice cream truck may have indeed been made of weed, or at least partially made of cannabis. There's a scene in there where Cheech Marin ends up in a situation where they got him in the funny farm, and there's a scene where he's tied up in the funny farm in a straitjacket, and he's in a padded room in a straitjacket, and he's whining and complaining. He's like, "Somebody let me out! Somebody let me out!" He's sitting on his butt in the corner. "Oh, my balls itch!" And he's scooting his butt across the floor trying to itch his balls. That's how it is with the Attack of the Dog Fart in the studio, because I'm literally tethered to... I guess I could just abandon the building and leave everything dangling like a participle. But I'm not going to have some dead air because the dog decided to expel some gas. Oh, it's just disgusting, though. Ugh. Okay, so moving along. We're out here on a marathon broadcast trying not to vomit as we collect signatures for Milegalize. We need 252,000 valid signatures before the end of our gathering campaign, which has now been extended by some 2 months. This is the initial big push to gather in all the signatures out there, outlying and abound. If you got signature sheets and you go ahead and sign them up, you sign the page for that you collected them and stuff. If you got to have a place to turn them in here. We won't get credit for them. You will. But at least you've turned them in. We're going to meet up with Jamie Lowell on Friday and turn in all the stuff that we've gathered from every place, including our own, which is dismally behind the 8 ball right now. I mean, we really need to ramp up the signatures. Come down to 400 South Dorrit Highway in Flint, right in front of the Sweet Leaf. We'll be here all day and all night until we have to move to the People's Choice in Ann Arbor, where we wrap up our 8-day 4-city tour and marathon broadcast. With a presentation to Jamie Lowell from Milegalize of the signatures gathered in a grand total fashion. We'll add that to the toll. And then whether or not we got enough with our campaign, there's some additional gathering going on in the next couple of months. That should not be an incentive for you to procrastinate. We're scrambling. They're adding extra time so that we can get extra signatures. It doesn't mean you can wait. What if that doesn't happen? Don't wait until the last minute. Take action. Do not wait. Do it now. Sign the petition somewhere. If it's here, it's here. If it's somewhere else, it's somewhere else. But sign the petition. Seek it out. I can tell you, you don't have to seek it out if you're listening to this broadcast. We're in Flint at 400 South Dorrit in front of Sweet Leaf. It's really simple to find. We're in a mobile broadcast trailer, the PetPain.com mobile studios. And we intend to collect enough signatures to turn in to at least add to the total and walk towards the finish line with some confidence. I tell you what, this particular campaign is harder than any other citizens initiative that's been performed in the past, and here's why. All of the other petitions have had national interest money behind them, all of them. Way back in the late 70s when we did the bottle deposit law, everybody was up in arms. It's gonna be terrible. It was a whole business uproaring, and people didn't care. They're like, look, I'm sick of seeing bottles and cans on the side of the road. Put a deposit on them. At least homeless people would pick them up and turn them in, and there's that much less trash on the roadside. If you ever went to Indiana after Michigan passed their bottle return law and looked at the sides of the roads in Indiana, they were a disgrace because it looked like in some places, in some spans, that it was just a garbage dump. You were driving down a highway through a garbage dump. That's what it looked like in Illinois, shortly after we passed the bottle laws here. I remember going out there. I'm like, we don't see any bottles out here, but go there and look at them all everywhere. Nobody will ever pick that crap up. It's all just going to sit there and lay there until you pay somebody or you make somebody in community service go do it. And I don't think there's enough people. So what do you do then? We're going to have to do something. And Michigan's answer was do the bottle deposit law. And it was a bold law because back then people were passing 2-cent and 5-cent bottle deposits on these cans. Michigan went whole hog for 10 cents and pissed off the business community like you wouldn't believe. They tried to repeal that people's initiative hundreds of times. It's never gotten enough votes. It's never even been called on the floor for a vote because there's never been enough votes to get it done. They've been fighting that law for 30-plus years. Going on 40 years now, fighting that bond deposit law. And they may want to fight this law. The thing is that they're not going to get away with doing anything about it. There's nothing more offensive than when your boss comes in and says the job that you're doing is no longer representative of the job description, and so I'm bringing this guy in to do your job for you. Thank you. Your services are no longer needed. That's what happens. If you don't pay attention, you get lackadaisical, and somebody comes along with a better pitch for less money, you're going to go bye-bye. Laws of economics demand it. The laws of capitalism demand that must take place. The bye-bye. Doesn't matter if you've been there 20 years or a year or a day. Bye-bye is bye-bye, and there's no investment in you as an individual. Thank you for your donation of corporate time and trust, but your personal opinion and personal value means nothing to us. Look, when I tell Robert, he's got to buckle up and be a man and come and do his job so he can get paid, I tell him that as a friend, not because I'm trying to beat him up. Trying to show him the ways of the world where people haven't taught him before about responsibility and why it must take place. You can't be whimsical in life and just follow the closest floating butterfly to wherever it may land. You can only chase that butterfly for so long before one of three things happen. You catch the butterfly and are satisfied. You never catch the butterfly and continue to chase something you'll never get. Or you quit because you understand how unreasonable chasing the butterfly actually is, unless you're Darwin and need it for the collection. I mean, that's what it comes down to, isn't it? Or doesn't it? I'm already winded. I've been up all night working on computers, up all night working on press release, up all night working on keeping the gas in the can making sure the gas isn't covered out there. Because if our system has to go off that generator, it'll go on the battery, and the battery will not sustain its computers or this broadcast equipment. So if that ever happens, if that generator runs out of gas, we're screwed because we're going off the air and we ain't coming back on the air until we get it all reprimed and back up and running, which is, I don't know if I'm not a two-cycle engine guy. I'm not a small engine guy. Even when it's not a two-cycle engine, this is like a Briggs & Stratton, like a lawnmower engine, but instead of turning the blades on a lawnmower, it's turning the spindle of a generator, which is producing enough electricity to run this broadcast on. When it goes dead, we're screwed. Batteries won't do it. And just the fluctuation of electricity will shut us off, and we'll have to start over again. A couple hours ago when I started doing the live broadcast again, I was all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and perked up. Man, I'm zonked now. I've consumed no cannabis. So I have no substance in play. And I'm getting zonked, man. I'm just losing all function and control. I'm starting to drift fastly already. And also talk like Elma Fudd. Not my intention. So now I'm disconnected from that studio. We're still Skyped in. I still have control of phones. 844-420-TALK for the next few minutes if you want to chime in and have something to say about what's going on. Please feel free to do that. I may opt to replay some tape here because eyelids are droopy and I might need to sit down for a second and just relax for a minute and try and get some recharge for a minute while some tape is playing, but just for a little while. Right now, there are big ropes pulling my eyelids down, and my mouth feels, and voice and chest feel like they're going to swell shut, which they may or may not do. I don't know. I think it may not, but there's that slight twitch of May that kind of concerns me. One doesn't want to go to sleep and go, oh, look, I woke up. Getting the full melt. Promotional consideration provided by NoSmell.com, pioneering the storage market for cannabis users. The No Smell patented bag technology offers users 100% smell-proof detection from even the most sophisticated of noses. NoSmell.com, so nobody knows. When placing your order for a No Smell bag, make sure to use discount code FULLMELT and take 10% off the entire order. Learn more about No Smell technology at NoSmell.com.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at Canalock.com. Visit Canalock.com to learn more about No Smell technology.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one. Based in Royal Oak, David Rudoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Rudoy Law at RudoyLaw.com. RudoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana and up-to-date news. That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs. Because at RudoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
We ask people to tell us something that happened in their past and something that might happen in their future. The good things were put on yellow magnets and the bad ones on blue. The results show the past was a pretty even mix of good and bad, yet the future was almost all good things. Now that you've seen the results of this experiment, what does it mean to you?
We all want to think about positive stuff.
Realistically, there will be down times.
It's great to think optimistically, but let's plan for whatever the future might bring.
Prudential, bring your challenges.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
Oh, you know what?
To the sun, trying to find a reason to go on.
That's what I just found out, Brian. This is
until the sky bleeds the pouring rain.
found out.
When you came along, the time was right. Pulled me like an apple.
But it's
wasn't very long. You took a bite.
Otherwise known as only by first name Janine. It's her birthday today. She never mentioned it's her birthday today. I found out by looking up on Facebook it's her birthday. I should have said happy birthday first thing. Didn't know until just now when Facebook told me. See how it works?
Happy birthday, Janine.
She's not here. She's off running down putting money on a Walmart card so we can get some gas. Have somebody come on out here later.
Oh, okay.
and she's the one that's helping to maybe chip some gas in on it. Go figure. What a nice lady. That lady deserves some big ups, I'll tell you what.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on my paycheck from last Friday.
Are you? I thought you got paid.
No, sir.
You're still sitting waiting around to get paid?
Keep hearing tomorrow. Oh. Tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't play that game tomorrow very much.
I'm not good at it. I get angry.
I do too. Well, look, when you tell me that something's going to happen and it doesn't, I get really surly. But obviously the first dibs on cash goes to Brian at this point because Bobby's screwing it up. If there's any shortfall, it's coming Bobby's way. It's not coming Brian's way, I can tell you that. Chances are that there will be complete shortfall my way. I'll end up with nothing out of this. That's what's going to happen. I'm not trying to really make anything out of this other than a better play field for people who are in the cannabis business or have interest in being in the cannabis business or would like to see cannabis business come to their town without the fanfare of a police raid team with firearms and implements of war and destruction and masked at your front door. And that's what this is about.
4 dispensaries got raided in Kalkaska.
Yeah, there was 4 dispensaries raided in Kalkaska. There was another raid that went down somewhere else in northern Michigan. They're trying to get trying to change the charter of Gaylord's city organization, City of Gaylord. They're trying to there's another city that they're going to start working on too. Haas told me about this last night while we were doing some practice taping. to see how the phones and stuff would work if we got them all connected together, and they work beautifully, by the way. Haas helped me to calibrate this equipment so I could hear you and you could hear. Without this calibration, I think a lot of, like, even the phones, you couldn't tell what's going on the phones. So I thank Haas for doing that, but he told me about the raids in Kalkaska, and then he also told me about another raid up in another city. I forget the city, but it's just a little place, and there's like a little tiny guy that has what was called a dispensary. They raided him as well. This is all a pre-roll. This is all. I called it a pre-roll. This is the predicate, the beginning of, the first part of what's going to happen. I've also been told, even though the rumor is, and the official word is, they're not going to call this this package of bills up in Lansing in the Senate. They're not going to. First off, it hasn't been passed out of committee yet. So the chairman of that committee, Senator Jones, asked Arlen Meekoff, who's the controlling Senate person who calls stuff to the floor. If Meekoff doesn't call it, it doesn't get to the floor. So he's asked Meekoff to pull it back out of his committee because they decided not to vote on it, despite the fact that they threw a veteran out who just called the police jackbooted thugs, had him escorted out with armed guards, armed Senate security, escorted him out. Senator Jones had him escorted out because he called the police jackbooted thugs. Look, you got to call a spade, man. A rose is still a rose by any other name, and that applies also if you're a pig. I'm just saying. You got to have some sensibility to apply, and there's just no sensibility here at all. So they're doing these raids as a last minute. They're up north. It's easy to clean them up north because they know exactly where they are, and they're small, and the local police can just go in and shut them down and take them to court. When you start talking about the larger cities where you got 10, 20, 30, 50, 200 dispensaries, then it gets a little bit different. There's not enough resource to run around and close those down, and as soon as you close some down, some more are going to pop back open. Now, ASA, Americans for Safe Access, say that's the best way to do it. Go ahead and close down those shops. We'll open 3 more for every one you close. Keep closing them. I think that's a great idea. The thing is that nobody's going to step up to that challenge because of the jail thing, and because of the robbery thing, and because of the I got to piss in a cup thing, and I can't use my cannabis now thing. So those things are too big to say, hey, I'm willing to step up and be one of those 3 that opens after they closed that one. If it was me and I was in Gaylord, I'd be opening up a shop right next door to the one that just got closed, and I'd have 2 friends of mine opening up 2 across the street. Not to compete with me, to compete with the people trying to close shops. And then if you hit another one or all of those, we'd open 12 of them. 3 more for each one. 3 times 4 is 12. We'd open 12 dispensaries. Go figure. Pretty soon the city's like, well, this isn't going to work anymore. But the problem is they're busy making money off of that process right now. And this bill that we're trying to do at the moment with Milegalize and getting that. Does anybody understand how that works, by the way? So we're going to gather these signatures. We get 252,000 once they're verified. Then it goes to the legislature. The legislature has 40 days, I think. It's either 30 or 40 days to take action on the bill themselves, which means they would adopt the bill and put it into force because the people have said so by petition. But you'll never see the legislature do that because they're not able to guide this money and power into the hands of their friends because it's already been taken by people that are in place and have created that force in the first place. So what I think is going to happen if they pass these bills, if they pass the bills, the package of bills right now in the Senate, if Meekoff takes them out of his committee and takes it directly to the Senate floor for a vote, and that might be against rules. I don't know. I'm not that familiar with the Senate rules. They can change it at any time. But if Jones asks for it to be discharged from his committee without a vote, I'm pretty sure it's got to go to another committee, and then they've got to consider it. But that being the case, I don't know that that's actually accurate, that it has to go to another committee and that he has to reassign it to somebody else to vet it out. The action of having it removed from committee in the first place and sent back to the Senate is, I believe, more an opportunity for the Senate to just call the bill as it is, absent any vetting by one of these committee hearings or one of these committees. There's different kinds of committees. There's a judicial committee, and there's a bunch of them. They're just memberships, little sub-memberships of the Senate or of the House that hold these issues in an open public hearing kind of way. And some of it's by invite only. They play games with that process too. But the long and the short of it is, if they do call these bills and somehow get a vote on them on the Senate floor and the bills pass, there's going to be some legal wrangling because I think the House and Senate versions are too far apart in order to reconcile them. So there may be some. The House might have to go back and agree to some of the terms that the Senate modified the bills with. But either way, if this gets voted in, I think the next step is you're going to see dispensaries closed across the state by Bill Schuette probably come sometime in January. I think the dispensaries that are open right now, only because the police at the state and county levels are unwilling to cross the thin blue line, that unwritten rule that says local government. Look, if you're the sheriff, you don't want the state police coming in and muscling over your cases because they also have jurisdiction just like the sheriff's department. So the unwritten rule amongst police, so it's a silent code, is that local authority has control. So if there's some issue between the county and the city, that local issue has control, that the county has to kind of go away because we're not going to let your sheriff's department members in to screw with what is essentially a city function, not a county function, even though it's both. We're the ones down on the ground at that location, at that level, within those confines. We deserve the right to dictate policy. So that's how it is, and that's what people are doing in several cities, dozens of cities across the state. They've modified marijuana law locally so that you got to charge them under local code, and it takes, again, incentive away from police. If you look at the classic example, it's Grand Rapids, where arrests were in the tens, in the thousands. Every year they had thousands of people arrested for pot. You know how many people they had like last year? Like 211. If memory serves, it was 211. And of those, only a small number actually were convicted of any kind of crime. So the numbers have drastically reported along with the political change. And by the way, William Forsythe, who's the Kent County prosecutor and also the Prosecuting Attorneys Association leader, and also the guy responsible for being Cyrano de Bergerac at the State Police Crime Lab so they can figure out a way to fudge the reports so that people can get charged with felonies instead of misdemeanors. You basically lie on the report by giving an indication contrary to what they know is factual. Calling concentrate of cannabis a whole plant concentrate, calling it a synthetic THC is not true to the definition. And it's also a twisting of the language, and it's more prohibitionist messaging meant to benefit people. Here's the other thing. State police get paid per crime. Every time they run a test that the police or prosecutors ask them to run, we sent that off to the State Police Crime Lab for analysis to make sure what that was. It's hundreds and hundreds of dollars. So if the State Police Crime Lab in this instance does not report findings that are going to be supportive to that case, they get no money. So they're basically incentivizing the State Police Crime Lab by way of cash to give them reports that are conducive to their continuing to get cash rather than conducive to the truth or veracity of what's going on. And it's a sad state of affairs. But this is why we're collecting signatures. Please, please, please come down here to 400 Southport, grab a sheet, find 10 of your friends or neighbors that are able to sign the petition because they want to sign the petition and also are registered voters. If you bring that filled out sheet back here, you can sign it yourself so that you get credit for the number of signatures, etc. I'm not trying to get your credit. I'm just trying to collect the signatures for Milegalize. If you bring them back here, if you grit the sheet from here, take it out, fill it out, get it full, and bring one sheet back. That's 10 valid signatures. I'll give you a full melt show shirt on the spot. You don't have to wait around in the mail for it. I'll give you a full color, limited edition, full melt show shirt. We won't be making these again. They'll be different. It'll be the same logo. It might be in different, might be in one tone instead of 6, something like that. But they'll just be not limited edition and not as high a quality as these particular shirts are. So I'll give you one of these show shirts that shows that you've supported our cause as a thank you for bringing back a filled-out page that you've picked up from us and dropped back off before we leave. 10 signatures isn't hard, but see, if I can motivate 100 people to get 10 signatures and bring them here, see what I'm saying? We got 1,000, we got 10,000 signatures. And that's what 100 at 10 is 10,000. That's a lot of signatures. See, that's putting a dent in things. I only have a total show goal of 5,000, but if I can get enough of you to come down, pick up a sheet, get it filled out on your own as little soldiers, we can amass a coalition very quickly and get this to the place where it needs to be so that on Election Day next year, we'll be able to pull the lever to legalize cannabis for adults 21 over in Michigan. It's got to happen. It's the only way it's going to happen. It's if you care about your tax dollars, if you care about public safety, if you care or whether or not the police are going to show up when you think there's a robber at your door, then you got to follow through. You got to follow through and do the right thing and seek out the petition and get it signed before it's too late. Because if we don't get it on the ballot this year, it's going to be another long, hard grind for at least 4 more years before we can swipe at that again, and it might be mitigated by the idea that we failed at it last time. We're doing this with local dollars, no national money. We're doing this with volunteer effort. And so we're going to pay some people at the very end here, to some professional people to go and gather the rest of the signatures we need. Either way, it's going to end up on the ballot. Question is will anything else circulate and run? And then is that going to confuse the voting people? Which one do I vote for? Oh, here's one of them. I don't know which one it is, but here's one. I mean, that's the kind of thing that's going to actually, have an effect. It's going to actually... Oh, pull that out of my head. Hang on. That's the kind of thing that's going to have an effect. That's the kind of thing that's going to actually have some meaning. But we've got to think in bigger numbers. We've got to think in terms of not just your signatures, but how many come with it. Because I'm not going to get a line out here going out the door and down the sidewalk for people signing this petition because they won't stand around long enough to do it. It's not how... If you put some food out there, they'd stand in line all day long. If you're putting a petition out there, they're like, screw you, I got better stuff to do. I'll sign your petition, but only if I'm at the front of the line. I got to go. In which case, I would gladly bring the petition to the front of the line or to the place in line you're at so that you can just sign it on the spot because other people are willing to wait. I mean, you got to be creative and stick this stuff together because if you don't find creative ways to do it, this is just going to be always what it was, and we already know what that game entails. If you want to see people continue to get shot in the back as they're running away because police can continue to say, I was afraid for my life, then go ahead and don't vote for this kind of stuff. Police have a bad reputation. They're trigger-happy people, not because they're flawed individuals, but because they're flawed as an institution. They're flawed as an organization, and it's. I'm not painting with a glittering generalization. I'm not painting with a broad brush. I'm painting it red. I'm painting it solid. It's not just a swipe that you can guess at and glance at for a minute. I'm painting that picture solid. Oh, I woke up this morning and could barely speak. I had a couple hours of sleep on me, and I'm like, I don't know if I can continue to do this, but you know what I did? I did that. So I don't want to hear you whining from Bobby about how he needs to go take care of his junk car and wish that there might be some money in it for him. Why don't you show up from work and know that there's some money in it for you? You got to ride, you dumbass. 10:31. Couple of minutes from break, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if memory serves. We come back, we got some music, we got a couple of marijuana stories, but most importantly, I'm hoping maybe we can get some other people on to help us. 844-420-TALK, if you're listening to our live broadcast this morning, 844-420-TALK. Brian will screen your call, we'll get you on the air. If you got questions, if you're gathering petitions so you can get paid for them, or if you want to gather petitions so you can get paid for them, call us up. We'll talk about how to get that stuff and where to go and be supportive of you in that way. Anything that I can do to assist you in getting a name on a registered voter's name on one of these ballot petitions. There's a lot of them floating around there, mostly in southern Michigan, but we've got to get that done. None of this happens without that. Milk.
At book club, they were asking me what you're doing now, Janice.
Blogging. Your blog is just pictures of you in a mirror.
It's called a fashion blog, Todd. Well, I've been helping people save money with Progressive's discounts. So, can you get Janice a job?
You should have stuck to softball. I was so much better at softball than Janice did.
Where's your wife, Todd? vacation. Discounts like homeowners, multi-policy. I got a discount on this ham.
I've got the meat sweats. It's good ham, Diane.
Paperless discounts. Give it a rest, Flo.
Yeah, Flo, give it a rest.
It's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience, bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Door Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
What's up with these things, Victor?
We decided to give ourselves stickers for each feature we release. We read about 10,000 suggestions a week to create features that, as traders, we'd want to use.
10,000 suggestions? Who reads all of those?
He does.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
If you're like us, your pets aren't just animals. They're members of your family. Pet Pain CBD hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats. Some people are apprehensive about hemp treatments for pets. They ask us, what are you smoking? Absolutely nothing, and neither will your pet. Like other hemp-based products for humans, the allure is all of the benefits of cannabis without any of the high. The CBD oil has shown to rejuvenate the bones, joints, brain, stomach, eyes, and heart. And the drops contain absolutely no corn, wheat, soy, artificial colors and flavors, or preservatives. Pick some up today. Visit PetPain.com or ask for Pet Pain at your local pet store. PetPain.com. CBD relief for your pet.
Imagine a world where patients can use marijuana like any other medicine. The Marijuana Patients Organization challenges the status quo by helping our neighbors to enjoy a better quality of life. Visit the MPO at marijuanapatients.org and enjoy informative articles, engaging debates, and information about treatments, doctors, and dispensaries in your area. Over 50,000 people have registered at marijuanapatients.org since 2010. Join us at the Marijuana Patients Organization today, marijuanapatients.org.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady, a little unsteady. Hold on to me, 'cause I'm a little unsteady, a little unsteady.
We're back, broadcasting live. Oh, I had to swallow some Egg McMuffin really fast. Oh, it wouldn't be the first time. Wow, that's delicious. Now I'm going to torture myself because I got one bite in during the break, right at the end. I'm like, look, I gotta swallow. You know what happened while you were gone? Look who gave up their toy.
Jace.
No, that's hers. Jace chewed up the baby toy. Little doggy toy got Jaceified.
That's AKC approved. And she really liked that. Big stinker.
Well, it's still intact. I took it away from him when I saw it. What are you doing with that? See, I thought he went in there and grabbed a toy earlier. Did he come out with a toy earlier? Because I was like, what do you got? Did he have anything earlier when you said, what do you got? You're like, what do you got, Jace? I didn't see because I was busy talking. Plus, I'm all fogged up from having no sleep. So we're busy doing the MI Legalize broadcast. We are not MI Legalize. We are the Full Melt Show. And the Full Melt Show is just 100% behind MI Legalize and wants to see this get done. Your doggies have been curled up right here by the window waiting for you to come back. They're like, oh, she's coming back sometime soon. The history's been every time she goes, she comes back. I'm pretty sure she's coming back. Hey, get away from my breakfast. She's over here trying to warm up to me to get my McMuffin.
No baguette.
No McMuffins.
No.
You might want to check her tummy. Check her tummy, make sure she's okay. I felt I felt it a little swollen. I might have felt some stitches or something coming loose. I don't know. You might want to check her, make sure she's okay. Well, something was kind of hanging there. Something kind of felt weird. I mean, I might be wrong, but you might want to look. So good news, Brian. We got some gas coming back there, so we can get to move some people around. That's good news. I wish Robert would get there to relieve you. It would be the smartest thing for him to do. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. It seems like Bobby's kind of throwing his arms in the air for no good reason other than to chase a delusion around. I mean, it's delusional to think that your old car that doesn't run anymore is going to be worth anything to the scrapyard that just wants to melt it down for metal, when indeed the scrap price is low and the price of the tow is high. So it's going to have to be towed there, but whether you're there or not, if it's going to the scrapyard, I don't think you're going to get any money out of the scrapyard for having them tow it, because they know you don't have the money to have it towed. And if they canceled each other out anyways, again, where are you getting any money? It's a net zero gain. So, I don't know. That's very, very strange, but I guess if you have to learn the lesson the hard way because you can't hear the lesson in advance by somebody who's already had learned that lesson, then I guess you learn it the hard way. It's just unfortunate when it comes at the expense of a bunch of other people who are working their hardest and most diligent in trying to help a group effort come to pass.
I did talk to him.
You did? Was it a good conversation? Please tell me it was a good conversation, because I like it when good conversations happen.
Yep. I told him to be over here by 3 or 4 o'clock. I go upstairs and do the move. He's good with that, so.
You said he would be there by 3 or 4?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then you guys kind of flip-flop shifts again.
Yep.
Which is good. I mean, but this morning he's like, I worked 80 hours already. I'm like, no, come on, dude. Come on. He's trying to charge you from the moment he woke up until the moment he got dropped back off at home kind of crap. I'm like, give me a break. This is $650 to both of you. Didn't we say that up front? It's $650 to each one of you.
Yes.
And that's what it is. It can't be more than that because it's likely not going to be more than that. I might have to dig that out of my pocket, but either way, you guys are getting $650 a piece, and if you come after me for more, I'm going to say, I got nothing else. What do you want from me? Somehow I owe him for 70 hours already, and he's going to start, pretending. Oh, did he do it? Oh, no, we got bad news. We have dogpiled in the back room again. This is number 3 for Jace. Bad dog. Bad dog.
That's
maybe that's what I smelled. I thought I smelled a fart. It wasn't a fart. It was a turd.
So glad I put this blanket over my nice, clean quilt.
Yeah, that's bad. I'm sorry, Janine. I'm so sorry. I'll be in there to clean it up during the break.
Yes, you will.
Yes, you will. She says, yes, that's happening. It will gladly happen. I will volunteer.
I got my dog turds, not your dog.
That's right. That's how it should be.
My dog turds.
Your dog turds.
My turds, their turds.
Well, yeah, but you admittedly, you have twice as many turds, but they're much smaller. I have one dog who leaves a pile behind that is probably 4 times the size of those 2 dogs put together. Just saying. I don't have to tell her because she sees the volume in place as we speak. I hope there's a quick break because I got to go put the nose pin on and some gloves or grab a plastic bag and double bag. I got to do something because that's coming out of there now. This is like the 3rd time I've had to pick up dog poop on the air. And each time I was like, yeah. I barely made it through the smell earlier. Jace, you're killing me. Okay. Enough of the doggies. What do we got time for breaks here? It's 42. We got 7 minutes. I don't know. I'm going to do what I did before because I never got out. I think we were off the air at the time, so I might as well just do it now because it's just a fun thing to do. Just because it's fun to do. Were you here before, Brian? Were you here when we were playing some Kid Rock this morning? Did we play Kid Rock and you were here?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we already did that. Were we on the air then or not?
Good question.
Well, that's a good answer. I'm going to play it again anyways. Just should I do it?
That's for Shooty, right?
That was the Bill Shooty request. Yeah, the Bill Shooty dedication. It's a long-distance dedication to Bill Shooty.
You can put that on repeat for that asshole.
Yes. Let me just see if I can do it then. Is there a recently added, recent play? What do we got here? No, it's not giving me any recents. Oh, dang it. All right, we'll do it this way. I got to search it out then. Bear with me. We're going to do another long distance dedication for our friend and comrade. I'm doing that pretty good, actually. It's been a long time since you heard Casey Kasem, God rest his soul, on the air doing America's Top 40. We can call it Michigan's Bottom One. That's what we'll call that. I'm still not in there searching. Hang on. I'm going to run out of time here and never be able to play the damn song. I think we went into the song and we were on the air, and by the time we were off the song, we were off the air and I didn't know because I was so busy tapping my toes to Kid Rock. Do. That's what I got to say. Kid Rock. And we want to do F You Blind. I always type blonde. Every time I try to type blind, it's blonde. I don't know. There's no reason we shouldn't do this. There's no reason at all we shouldn't do this. So we're going to do it. You're listening to The Full Melt Show. I'm Steve Green. We're on the Milegalize 8-day 4-city tour, 24/7, broadcasting to collect signatures for the legalization of cannabis in 2016.
I'm not the trash you think I am. Talking trailer park. Come to my mansion, bitch, and watch me stick it after dark. I'll take you higher, higher. I'll take you lower, slower. I'll make you talk that talk and walk that walk. Oh, I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind till you just can't see. I see you checking out my car and my residence. You're hellbound and I see you getting whiskey then. I've been around and I know what you meant. You don't wanna fuck me, you wanna fuck some dead presidents. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind till you just can't see no more. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind till you just can't see no more. I'm not that guy, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, leave your face down in the ditch. Thought you'd get rich straight fucking with the player. I'm the pimp of the nation, yeah, the pussy surveyor. Hey, I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind till you just can't see no more. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind till you just can't see no more. I like that long hair swinging in them Calvin Kleins. I pull them young, start fucking with their virgin minds. I give a fuck about your papa or your mother. I'll walk up on your ass and bitch slap your brother and say, I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind till you just can't see no more. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind till you just can't see no more. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind, bitch. I'll fuck you blind till you just can't see no more.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with lawyers before you need them. based in Royal Oak. CBD has a proven history, not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law versus the Redoy Law at RedoyLaw.com. RedoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana and upstate New York. That's RedoyLaw.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs. Because at RedoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
What's up with these things, Victor?
We decided to give ourselves stickers for each feature we release. We read about 10,000 suggestions a week to create features that as traders we'd want to use.
10,000 suggestions. Who reads all of those?
He does.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade. You got this.
Hey, it's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Door Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
If you're like us, your pets aren't just animals. They're members of your family. Pet Pain CBD hemp oil drops are great for aging as well as active dogs and cats. Some people are apprehensive about hemp treatments for pets. They ask us, what are you smoking? Absolutely nothing, and neither will your pet. Like other hemp-based products for humans, the allure is all of the benefits of cannabis without any of the high. The CBD oil has shown to rejuvenate the bones, joints, brain, stomach, eyes, and heart. And the drops contain absolutely no corn, wheat, soy, artificial colors and flavors, or preservatives. Pick some up today. Visit petpain.com or ask for Pet Pain at your local pet store. Petpain.com. CBD relief for your pet.
It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
I wish I found some better sounds no one's ever heard. I wish I had a better voice that sang some better words. I wish I found some chords in an order that is new. I wish I didn't have to rhyme every time I sang. I was told when I get older all my fears would shrink, but now I'm insecure and I care what people think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think. My name's Blurry Face and I care what you think.
So we're back. We're back doing the live broadcast. Oh, wait a minute. I have to hang up on the Comcast. Comcast actually called me back saying, hey, my supervisor tried to call you, but she had to leave a message. She had to leave a message because she couldn't reach you. And I'm like, well, what's the point of leaving? Does she have a way I can reach her back? And he's like, no. She doesn't have like a direct extension. And you know what? Most of the people that leave a message, the reason they leave a message is so that you can get back with them. She doesn't have a local extension. That's the weird thing about that. It's just strange. So where are we at here? I got to squint at the time. It's just killing me. 10 minutes before the top. So we cleaned up the dog pile. That's a good thing. There has to be some feeding this morning that happens. The dogs already ate, like your dogs already ate, didn't they? And I still got to feed Jace. He hasn't eaten yet, but I'm glad that I didn't feed him and be accused of forcing that out of him because it's not good. I get more texts. Yeah, so now I'm arguing with somebody else who can't follow detail either. I'm getting texted by... Yeah, I won't get into the details because it's just a personal friend and client, but... You can't tell me one thing and then set expectations and never follow through. Repeatedly. Okay, so we got a few minutes left before the top of the hour. I don't know. I kind of want to play some of that tape from last night. I had a great call from Haas last night. We did some talking with him. Also, Danny Fuller called in. Danny from who works tends to do stuff on the. So what? It doesn't. I said, look, you can't. I told this guy, I said, look, you can't tell me one thing and set expectations and then never follow through repeatedly again and again. He says, hey, I have a lot of peckers in the fire. I'm like, so what? It doesn't mean you get to leave mine in there. If you've got a lot of peckers in the fire and you need to take some out, mine better be the first one out of there. That's all I got to say. I've never heard somebody say got a lot of peckers in the fire. I thought it was irons in the fire. Maybe he's trying to say he has an iron pecker. In which case, he probably needs to go to the doctor because you need to stop taking all that. What's that iron supplement you take when people get older? I forget the iron supplement. I know you have the Dones. Geritol, that's what it is. You can't take all that Geritol and expect that you're not going to end up with iron dick. I think they do. That's the first time I've heard that name, Geritol. Geritol just sounds so gross. It's like a medication for old people, Geritol. Technically it is, but don't pregnant women take iron supplements? Because they're deficient. Calcium supplements, iron supplements. A lot of women take while they're pregnant or before they give birth.
Usually just a prenatal vitamin.
Right, but it includes
a lot of iron.
Right, because it's iron. You're iron deficient and calcium deficient in the production of another human being. You've got to make a lot of extra blood that's going to take some iron. Well, iron is necessary for hemoglobin to work right. And if you're going to, have all that extra body being built, it needs the blood, and the blood is going to need the iron, and because the iron's necessary for the hemoglobin. Look, if you didn't have iron in your blood, your red blood cells wouldn't be red. They need that. They need that iron there to be able to attract an oxygen molecule to carry it through your body and make it do the things that it does. See, I went to college. I'm kind of educated. Right. I said, hey, so what? It doesn't mean you get to leave mine in the fire. Talking about peckers. He's got a lot of peckers in the fire. He says, missed the last message. In other words, I'm leaving your iron in the fire. I'm leaving your iron pecker in the fire, and that's not my fault. I didn't hear you. You said what? Ouch? I don't know. There's an ouch coming over there from there somewhere, but I don't know who it is. Hey, are you going to eat that? Are you going to finish that? I don't know. All right, I got to clarify the mind. 4 minutes before 11 o'clock, you're listening to the Full Melt Show. My name is Steve Green. I'm a little bit mumbly-mouthed at the moment, partly from lack of sleep, partly from too much food in my mouth while I'm trying to talk, partly from being exhausted on a physical scale despite the lack of sleep, because you can be lack of sleep and have lots of physical energy. Just means you go to sleep. I've got zero, hardly any sleep and zero physical energy to boot. That's to boot, not to bout. To boot. If I was Canadian, I'd say to boot, and you'd go, to bout what? You got to get out in the boot. That's all I'm saying. Bobby needs to get a boot. He's going to get the boot if he doesn't buck up. And I'm glad he's coming in. I'm glad that Brian gave me the good news that they talked that over, and he's on his way in, and all's going to be well.
He's on his way in now.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Did he say anything about getting that car taken care of? Is he just abandoning that until he gets the work out of the way and then does the right thing and go back and take care of the car in off hours? Or
yeah, we talked a little bit about it, but he said 3 or 4 was cool. Now he just called and said he's on his way now.
Hey, bonus. So you know what I get to do? I'm gonna at the top of the hour. I'm gonna I'll tell you what. At the top of the hour, for now. Because it's only come up in a couple of minutes. Don't roll another tape. I'm going to pick up the tape from here for a minute, and let this roll until I get, because I got to get on the phone to get some gas money out, right? I got to talk that rigmarole. So it's going to take me a minute. I can't do it on the air. I suppose I could do it on the air, but yeah, I don't want to. That's not necessary. And it has no entertainment value. Comcast had entertainment value. Bobby had entertainment value. The people at the gas station are not entertaining. I'm going to roll tape. So when the tape ends, I'll pick it up from here with some other tape of earlier in the day or last night, and we'll let it roll like that for a minute until I can get the gas thing cleared up, and then we'll come back live here in Flint at the Sweetleaf. We're at 400 South Door. In fact, I'm going to take advantage of the remaining time after I get the gas thing taken care of in that hour. So we're going to be an hour on tape. And then what I'll do is I'm going to go out here and lift my pant leg a little bit with a couple of signs, the pot leaf sign and the Sign It Here sign. I got to slow these people down and get them to stop and sign the petition. Our signature gathering at this location is worse than other locations. All other locations are being beat in numbers, or all other locations are beating us in numbers. Flint and Detroit are beating us in numbers already Lansing and Detroit beat us in signature numbers by far over Flint so far. And we're in a great spot. We've got like 6 signatures altogether here for yesterday and today. It's aberrant. It's terrible. I could have went and knocked on doors in an apartment complex and got more signatures than this. So I'm a little frustrated with that. But that being said, there is a media opportunity coming at 1 o'clock this afternoon. So in about 3 short hours, maybe we'll have some TV stations show up and help to boost those numbers, in which case it might be...
Melt Show is a production of TFM Media. Full Melt Show is intended for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, adult content, and sometimes adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
It's the Full Melt Show.
Are you high?
What are you smoking in this?
It's the Full Melt Show.
Give me a break.
The Full Melt Show. A marijuana discussion about news, culture, politics, and lifestyle. FullMelt.com. Toll free 844-420-TALK. 844-420-TALK.
Here between here, this studio or that studio. Big BC is giving me the high five away and saying that he's on his way off to relieve you, Bobby, so he should be there before you got to go. Got to figure out some stuff, but we got to figure out the move on Friday. On Wednesday night. So Wednesday night, Thursday morning, we got to figure out how we're doing the move from Sweetleaf to there, because Brian's been driving the truck around, and he's got to be where you're at 5 to relieve him. I don't know. Maybe he might have to wait. I don't know. Boy, that's going to be really how we do this. We decided after the move here today that doing it in the morning is not the right time to do it. It's too much to take too much time to pack it down, move the vehicle, get it reset up. All that takes too much time. And by the time we get set up at where we're going, we're losing half a day where we're supposed to be. So we'd rather do it in the night. But that creates a problem too, because Brian's got to come. If he's coming there at 5 to relieve you, and then later we have to move the thing, I guess, I don't know, do I have to do it remote control? I guess I'll have to do it by remote control and just play some tape back while we're making the move. I guess that's what we'll have to do. I just figured it out in my own head as I was rolling through it, because that's the only way. See, right now, I've got control of the studio remotely through a telephone app. And then, so I can control most anything in the studio that Robert can, except for a couple of phone things. There's a couple things like I can't put the caller on a. Well, I guess I could. If I logged into the call screening computer, I could actually screen my own calls. But that being said, I can't listen to the call from there, or from here, rather. I can't listen. I can't talk to that caller from here while I'm screening the call. I could put them on the. I could go right now into the call screening computer and type their name and the city they're calling from and what their question or comment is, that kind of stuff. I could do all that. But I wouldn't know what all that information was because I can't physically talk to them on the phone from here because they're on the phone there. That's where the call's coming in at. So that's one thing I couldn't do. I couldn't screen calls. But I could take calls. I can see them on the screen as long as I don't have to use the phone to broadcast with. Right now, we figured out we got Bob's computer, we got my soundboard and sound audio equipment. We've got my phone hooked up for a peripheral so we can play crazy music and stuff if we want to. And then we've got another volunteer phone with some more data on it, tethered to the computer so we can reach back to the studio via the internet. So that's how we're connected all together. There's the magical keys. But, so what I'm saying is, if I can hook all this stuff up like this, then I don't necessarily have to have a person back at the studio, because theoretically, you see, I can do almost anything you can do. Anything you can do with typing and operating the computer, as long as it's logged on. You got to get past the Windows login screen first. I don't think I can gain access to the computer to log on that computer. I think it's got to be logged on first before I can do any, the internet won't see that application on there, so I can log into it unless the computer's logged on, and then it gets on the internet. So, in the long run, what I'm saying is if I got to take this desktop out of the mix here on the mobile broadcast side, then I can't broadcast and also have remote control, because if I try to take remote control, it's a different app, and what it'll do is it'll put my Skype call on hold. What I can do is answer my own Skype call. I can log into that computer, like if I lose the Skype connection, I can log into that computer and pull up Skype and then call from this phone on Skype, and then go back to the app and answer my own Skype call on that computer. I think I can do that. All it does is put my Skype call on hold when I go to answer the call, and then when I go back to the call, I can unhold myself. That's how that works. I haven't done that in practice. We should try and see if that works. I'm just kind of curious now. But I don't want to do it because I'm still Skyped into you. The other thing that I was thinking is that team viewer connection that we use to view each other's computer. You can't view this computer because you don't have that software is not installed on it. It's got to be installed on the computer, so you can only see it on that one. If you installed that software on here, you could see this computer too. Just logging into this computer, you can see everything that I'm doing. It's kind of boring, though. The really interesting computer is the broadcast computer back there. So it's all convoluted and strange, but I think we've got it, bubble gum and tape all, squared away. I think a little duct tape and some Hubba Bubba got it done. Our connection sounds solid, right, Robert? It doesn't sound like we're going anywhere, eh? I don't know. Here we go. No, Bobby. He's melding into the couch because he's mind melded with the couch. I think we need to get a guest on the phone. Who can we get on the phone? If you're listening to the broadcast, 844-420-TALK. That's 844-420-TALK. And somebody wanted to hear the Backroad song from Granger Smith. And do we have enough time? Well, I don't have enough time now because it's going to be the break time. So I'm going to have to wait until after the break to play the Granger song from the Backroad song from Granger Smith. I said the Granger song from Backroad Smith. What? Good Lord. Somebody bash me in the head with a ball peen hammer. Can we have that happen, please? Okay, so yesterday when we were out in Flint, it was great to see Steve Green and the Michigan Green Tours stopping by in the Michigan Green Tours bus, heading out to a tour with some medical patients. And boy, I'm telling you, that bus was packed. I mean, I'm just going to... The best way to describe the interior of that bus is friendly. Very friendly in there. I mean, it's tight quarters. and mostly hindquarters. Just saying. Sometimes I crack myself up because I'll hit a funny bone that I didn't intend to hit, and it's so perfect. I just can't, I'm the only one laughing, though, because I'm the only one that appreciates the humor, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure. See, in a live audience situation, people feed back to you. You can hear what's going on. If the audience laughs, they got it. If the audience laughs, keep working towards it so they get it. I got no feedback. I got no audience. I just kind of got to guess if you got it or not. And the problem thinks it's going to be in both directions. What's that? Are you talking to me? We got enough gas, Brian? She said we might be running out of gas. Okay, all right. I thought you said goodbye. You were leaving. So if you want, you don't like to talk on the radio, so you won't call the number and talk to us on your way back. I was going to say, hey, you can talk. Call me on the way back. Oh, wait a minute. Brian doesn't like to talk on the radio. I'm like, damn it. I keep running into a roadblock. Like, each way I try to fit it. I'm just glad we got this stuff connected together finally. But it's only just past halfway through that we got it all together. We did pretty good at the first part, and, there's definitely some bumps in the road. But don't forget that all this reality radio crap is just a big publicity stunt to get you to pay attention and come down and sign the petition. Can you do that for me? If you're listening in the Flint area and you got family or friends that haven't signed the petition and are likely to want to, do me a favor and do you a favor and do all the rest of the people who understand the cannabis community a favor. Just come down here any time of the day or night, 24 hours a day for the next couple days. Come down here and pick up a sheet. If you come down and pick up a sheet and drag it out and get 10 of your registered voting friends or family on this, get them to sign it properly, bring it back here and I'll give you a T-shirt. I'll give you a show shirt. It's a pretty expensive full color, limited edition full melt show shirt, and I bought them as contest prizes. And then I started, giving them away. So I'm going to give one to you if you come down and grab a sheet and fill the sheet out. What's this now? Okay. So if you go in and you grab a sheet and you fill it out, yeah. If you fill out the thing, I can't read. If you fill out the sheet and bring it back, I'll take it and I'll put it. I'll give you the shirt. Boy, I lost contact there for a minute because I got different signals going in here, different directions. I'm like, yeah, my head's in the clouds. I think is what the problem is. Oh, the giggle from Head in the Clouds. You're saying. So Head in the Clouds is a genetics company by Danny, who is inside. He was in here earlier. You heard him on the program. And we thank Danny for coming in and saying hi. If you want to get a hold of Head in the Cloud Genetics, you can grab seeds and such from Danny at 810-308-9365. 810-308-9365. So there you go. And so what's going on is we'd like you to come down and talk to Danny, and BC's on the road for sure this time. So news flash for Bob, news flash for Board Up Bob. That's what I start calling. You just got a new nickname. It's Board Up Bob.
That's interesting.
Are you down with that nickname, Robert? Board Up Bob.
I like it.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But I'd be getting hats and shirts made like that, and that would be my whole style from the. I am Board Up Bob. Hey, here comes Board Up Bob. I love it.
Hey, board out or board up?
Board op, like board operator.
Oh.
Board Op Bob. I like.
Can I have board up instead of op? And I'd also like to change
Board Up Bob
to board in.
or Board Out Bob. Oh, wait a minute.
Hey, what now? Whiz past maybe fortuitously.
See, you started walking me down the language thing here, and there's all kinds of there's lots of different ways you can slice that pie. So you got board op Bob, and then you got board out Bob, and then you got bored up Bob, and then you got bored out Bob.
You
understand bored out?
I don't know. So again, I want to take you to the
You know as well as I do we're up against
You're getting the full melt.
What's up with these things, Victor?
We decided to give ourselves stickers for each feature we release. We read about 10,000 suggestions a week to create features that as traders we'd want to use.
10,000 suggestions? Who reads all of those?
He does.
For all the confidence you need, TD Ameritrade, you got this.
When you need legal help, you don't want to guess at who's standing next to you in court. And when it comes to a medical marijuana defense, it's even smarter to partner with a lawyer before you need one.
Based in Royal Oak, David Redoy has a proven history of not being afraid to take your case all the way to the Supreme Court and win. Find the law offices of Redoy Law at RedoyLaw.com. RedoyLaw.com is a quick reference on your rights concerning Michigan medical marijuana and up-to-date news. That's RUDOI Law.com. Call 248-935-9074 now and talk about your legal needs. Because at RedoyLaw.com, we don't just stand up for you, we stand up with you.
Got something to hide? Canalock offers discreet and effective storage solutions that destroy odor, so nobody knows. Canalock is a patented charcoal-activated bag that discreetly stores your marijuana. Canalock is made from the same material as military chemical warfare suits. Get yours at canalock.com. Visit Canalock.com to learn more about no-smell technology.
It's Steve Green for the Sweet Leaf in Flint, because now getting safe access to medical cannabis patients in Flint, Michigan is never more welcoming. Presenting the Sweet Leaf, a brand new patient experience bringing 12 carefully selected caregivers housed in 9 separate offices to distinctly assist you with their knowledge and reputation for excellent patient care. Classes and training coming soon in the large community room. Check it out in person, 400 South Dorr Highway, or call 810-259-2571. The Sweet Leaf Center in Flint, 810-259-2571.
We ask people to tell us something that happened in their past and something that might happen in their future. The good things were put on yellow magnets and the bad ones on blue. The results show the past was a pretty even mix of good and bad, yet the future was almost all good things. Now that you've seen the results of this experiment, what does it mean to you?
We all want to think about positive stuff.
Realistically, there will be downtimes.
It's great to think optimistically, but let's plan for whatever the future might bring.
Prudential, bring your challenges.
Introducing Safety, a place for natural and alternative healing for the mind, body, and soul. Sacred. It's one place, all solutions.
Registered, licensed, certified, ordained.
Sacred Elements.
Massage, hypnosis, Reiki.
Sacred Elements.
Raindrop, aroma and color therapy, body detox, ministry, life coaching, weight and nutrition counseling.
Sacred Elements. Next to the Sweet Leaf, 400 South Dorr Highway, Flint.
11 to 7 daily, closed Sunday.
Call 810-259-2570. It's the Full Melt Radio Show.
The girl in the pastry shop with the net in her hair is making a cannoli for you to take on your hiking trip in the woods with your bros that you've known since second grade. And you make out of dragons or ruffians and be called upon to employ your testosterone in a battle for supremacy and access to females glued to the TV. And even if you are victorious, you may receive many cuts, bruises, and scrapes, and you will require band-aids and antiseptic ointments and tender loving kisses on your stab wounds. And when you come home, she will be there waiting for you.
Steve?
Yo, can you hear me? I am lost and so alone.
Get back. I'm here, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Hello?
Wow.
What are you doing?
So, just heads up.
What the hell is going on back there?
Here's a story you can tell Brian when he gets back. Wow.
Curious.
I'm out of breath. So, how long were we dead? How long was I...
for like a second, or maybe 10 seconds.
Okay, that's not too bad then. Man, am I out of breath. So what happened was, before BC finally left the second time, he was like, Janine said, hey, you might want to go check the generator. It's probably out of gas. And he's like, oh, no, I checked it a little while ago. It looked fine. He goes, I'll check it and make sure it's full before I leave. And then when he finally left, hang on, I'm still catching my breath. When he finally left, I didn't see him go towards the generator. I'm thinking, I'll bet you he forgot to go check the generator again. And so I went outside and looked in there real quick right after the commercial started, and I was like, oh, man, it's almost empty. So then I had to find the gas, and then it was stuck, and then I tugged on the gas, and I got it out, and then I started to put it in there, and it was like just taking forever to fill up, and I'm like, oh, crap, I'm going to miss the break. So finally it got towards the top. I put the... What's that?
There's a phone call coming into my phone.
Oh, no.
I'll try it. Oh, pick up the phone before it blows up! Pick up the phone! Oh, you were trying to, so you hear it?
Yeah, you could hear it. I just think I knocked the hot off my own cigarette. Oh, man. Oh, there's no hot on it. It's not even lit. Jeez. Just a cavalcade of errors. Yeah.
Generator won't die.
What's that?
Generator won't die.
It was getting really close to it. I took near the full 5. I didn't want to empty it just in case. I didn't want it to overflow, but I topped it off, I think. But it took nearly a full 5-gallon can, so we got 1 of 2 cans left out there. Yeah, I didn't remember the gas going that fast before. And I thought it was filled up when we got here, but maybe it's been running, partially empty from running yesterday or last night, I think. I don't know. All I am is I'm glad that we're back connected up. So do you want to hear that Granger Smith? Do you want to hear that back road song? All right, so I'm going to play the back road song by Granger Smith. Let's see if we can get it going here. Yeah, we got to go. Now, I don't know the lead up to this, so I don't know how to talk over it. But I have a feeling I can walk up to it because I'm an expert at this. Here it is on the Full Melt Show.
Barbed wire fence carving on a hillside, cutting holes in the midday sun, like a postcard framed in a windshield covered in dust. I love the rhythm of an old gray black top, 33's just whistling by. Steer the wheel one-handed on a 2-lane, hugging that.
What happened? I don't know what happened. Something happened. We were playing a song and then it went away, disappeared. I don't know. I'm thinking it was somewhere in this neighborhood. I don't know. I guess we'll have to pick it up from, say, maybe right about. I'm thinking we'll pick it up from here. I can't think of his name. He's also down there in that area. Look, West Michigan is no friend to marijuana. They've been making all kinds of money off the pot people for a long time. And that's what all this has been about, all this boo-ha about safety and consideration and, people being high at work and da-da-da-da-da. Look, when they made alcohol, when they repealed the amendment prohibiting alcohol, we didn't see a bunch of people showing up at work drunk. You know why? Because they got fired, that's why. They never hired the drunk people. So, and the people who like to drink responsibly as adults drink after work. Not during work, not before work. They drink after work. And preferably, lightly, moderately, responsibly. The other ones, they don't get hired unless they just tolerate it. Or unless they're the boss. Sometimes that's the case. I know a lot of drunk guys that are just the boss. The fact of the matter is, they're already out there, and nothing's changed. The people who smoke pot and go to work are